James, no one likes you.
Shut up, you. I thought you didn't want to be involved in this video.
I don't want to be involved in this video, I'm just saying that no one likes you, but I love you, so that's fine.
Do you know who nobody likes?
Birmingham.
Lewis.
Millwall. But they don't care, because they are Millwall. Super Millwall. Hi guys, welcome back to Birmingham Fan TV. This is Emily's favourite part of my video because she's absolutely grinning her face off right now. She's really putting me off.
I wasn't doing anything!
This is a really difficult video for me to film because I have not only Drakeley in the background causing issues, I also have the one, the only, the magnificent Louis Boogle-Dente.
When you fucking what?
And I have Scott. Scott's just known as Scott.
He's just Scotty P, Scotty Page.
Scotty P. Yeah, we got the team of 100% Chelsea with us and they're just doing me head in. And they're not allowing me to film. So if you hear background noise, then blame Louis and blame me. Thank you guys. Thanks so much for the support this week on the channel. We have been smashing the views on the channel this week and it's been really good to see the support. Thanks so much guys, and don't forget to leave a like and a comment on this video. Let me know what you thought about the weekend's game. I know most of you won't see the positives from the game, which is understandable, but let me know your overall thoughts, whether the team selection was right and who you thought stood out and who maybe should be dropped for this week's game. If we take just a quick glance back at last game, I know it's not something we want to dwell on too much because obviously when you lose you really want to move on and swiftly put it behind you and move to the next game. But we need to kind of look at sort of maybe some of the areas that went wrong. The big turning point in the game, obviously taking the lead. It was a really well worked set piece. We've been really sort of on it with set pieces this season, and I know we work on it tirelessly on the training ground. But 3 minutes later, obviously Shea Adams hitting the post really was the game changer because obviously they went down the other end, and in 30 seconds, it was 1-1. And then to concede a second, so 2 in 90 seconds was just, it was a sucker punch really. I think it really took it out of us after, before half time. Yeah, 2-1, you see a way back into the game. But the third goal, as aggrieved as I feel, because obviously we should have had a corner up the other end and a free kick before the goal. We shouldn't have been making that tackle in the box. And ultimately, we only have ourselves to blame for losing this game. No excuses really. The ref didn't have a good game, but regardless, we let 3 really soft goals in that really were preventable. So, and 10 goals in 3 games conceded is really uncharacteristic of this team, and maybe some things need addressing. Maybe 1 or 2 need a rest or need to be dropped for a little bit to regain their head. Really think that the forward 6 in terms of the midfield 4 and the forward 2 were okay. I don't think there was much to complain about, to be honest, but the back 4 and even Camp, I'm excluding Camp from the criticism because I don't think he did anything wrong. He made a fantastic save at 3-1 to keep us in the game. I think we went down the other end and got the second goal after that. So overall, I really have to point the fingers at the back 4. I know we didn't have our consistent back 4. I know Harding stepped in at left back, which I think was a big blow for us because as much as I like Wes Harding, first of all, he's not a left back. Second of all, very inexperienced, and I just don't think it was the game for him to come in. I know we were limited on numbers with Magoma not being fit and Hotter not being fit, but I would have rather have maybe gone with a deep line midfield 3, maybe stuck another central midfielder, maybe Lakin, Gardner and Kifton Belding, and then gone Mahoney, Adams and Jukovic up front and played sort of like a 4-5-1, sort of 4-3-3 system. But it's not, it's done, it's over, we lost, we were beaten fair and square, and it's something we need to move on from and learn from really. I think it's a big learning curve for the team, as Monk said. Moving on to Millwall, never an easy game. Midweek game at Millwall, you don't get much tougher, and especially on the back of a defeat, it's going to be a tough place to go. I know we're taking a really good following, about 1,500 on a Tuesday night is not bad. So Millwall usually is a happy hunting ground for us, but after last season's dreadful performance, and I think we've played, the last 3 games against Millwall home and away, we haven't actually scored and we've lost all 3, which is a bit unlike us. Our last 3 trips to the Den, it was 2-0 last season, obviously losing live on Sky. The previous games before that, you're looking at the 3-1, 3-2 win, a 3-3 draw and a 6-0 win. So, we've really done well at the Den, to be honest. And long may it continue, I guess. I think I'm quietly confident ahead of tomorrow night. Mainly looking at their form as well. Their league table whenever I've watched Millwall this season, they've been sort of polar opposite to what they were last season. They were a really good team as well, not just hard to beat, but they were physical, but had a lot of, they played a lot of good football last season as well. They came to St Andrews in March time, I think, late February, and they took us apart. They had some really quick wingers. Lee Gregory up front is a natural goal scorer, and they really schooled us, they really did. And it wasn't like a Millwall team, to be honest. What you expect from a Millwall team is a lot of physicality and a lot of grittiness and long balls into the box, but they certainly weren't that. But it looks like they reverted back to that this season. I think they've had a bit of misfortune with injuries and suspensions, sitting just above the bottom three as such. But their last 3 games, I think they drew 1-1 at the weekend with Bolton. And before that, they actually went to Norwich and only lost 4-3, but to score 3 away at Norwich was really good. And then before that, it was a 2-0 defeat to Brentford. So a bit of an indifferent form, but I know in terms of team news, they are actually having a bit of a striker crisis. Steve Morrison is out with hamstring injury, so he's ruled out for tomorrow night, and Tom Elliott as well was sent off at the weekend against Bolton, so it leaves them with really only Lee Gregory as a striking option. So good news for us, I suppose, in that sense, but yeah, they can't be taken lightly again. I'm sure they will have a way of combating that issue, and I'm sure they'll have prepared for this game. They've had the extra day to prepare, so at the Den they're going to be up for it. They're going to want to win this game, and they'll see us as a bit of a wounded animal. So we've really got to be on our game going into this one. Looking at our team news, we should be in a better position than we were against Villa, to be honest. We have Gary Gardner coming back from suspension. We have Magoma should be fit enough to start, and you would hope if he is, he's thrown straight back in there, because we do lack his pace and his power on that left-hand side, just to bring the ball out from midfield and really run at teams and get at the fullbacks. I don't think Hotter will be fit enough to start. Looking at what was said in pre-match and after the Villa match, I think he was back in training this week. Hopefully see him on the bench, maybe he could make a cameo appearance if needed, but I don't think he'll be fit enough to start, and I don't think he'll risk him as well. He'll hopefully try and get him in for Saturday's game. So you would look to line up with Camp in goal, and then the back four, do you bring Roberts in? Do you keep Harden in there? Do you go with the same back four as Villa, or do you revert back to your natural back four of Collan, Dean, Pedersen and Morrison? Or I don't know, it's up for the debate. Let me know in the comments below, but I personally would revert back to our natural back four, and hopefully we've been working on it this week where we can just regain some of that solidity. I think we've lost our sort of rigid 2 banks of 4 and a forward 2 who really hold the ball up well and bring others into play. So, a midfield 4 looking at Mahoney on the right, Magoma on the left, and Gary Gardner and Michael Kieftenbeld in midfield. I think Gary Gardner's been a huge miss for us in the last 2 games. He really has, since his suspension, and just his natural sort of composure on the ball, his ability to bring the ball out from defence, his eye for a pass. I think we've really lacked that, and I didn't think Craig did too badly. He's took a lot of criticism. He should have stopped Hutton for the 4th goal, but overall I thought in the opening, especially when we had our good spell of half an hour, he was instrumental in that. Some of his passing and his deliveries were bang on the money. So it's going to be hard, but he will be dropped instantly. And then a forward 2 of Adams and Jukovic. You just can't drop them at the minute. Jukovic scoring again at the weekend. I think, is it 18 or 19 goals between them this season already. Makes for good reading, but it's going to be a tough game tomorrow night. However, I am quietly confident I can see us bouncing back from this defeat at the weekend. With a win, I actually am quite quietly confident about the next 3 games. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win tomorrow night. I think Monk will be looking for a good solid performance at the back, especially a clean sheet. I think he'll be looking for a clean sheet more than anything, being the defensive man he is, and he likes his teams to be hard to beat. And then hopefully we can tire them out, we can frustrate them, and then hit them on the break with the pace that we know we've got. So 2-0 tomorrow night. I fancy a Shea Adams double to do it for us. Let me know in the comments below though, are you coming down to the Den tomorrow night? If so, you are more than welcome to jump on the vlog if you do spot me down there. Don't forget to leave a like, guys, on this video. It would help me massively, and if you are new around here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the latest content, guys. But that is all from me in this week's preview. Don't forget to catch me for the after-match review after the game, and don't forget to look out for the vlog later this week. It will be out at some point, guys, and if not, I will see you for the preview, for the Preston game on Friday, guys. Have a good week and keep right on.